Hello, everybody. Sorry for the disturbances outside. There's people cleaning out in the hallway, so there might be a little bit of a vacuum sound. Anyways, we are here. I am here because I am about to do a live read, voice act a live read, and do a review of One Piece chapter 1092 if my mic will stay up. There we go. Anyways, so sorry about that. Um but yeah, today I'm going to be reading and reviewing One Piece chapter 1092 titled Tyrant Kuma's Rampage Through the Holy Land, which the title itself does confirm a my theory and does prove that I was correct about why Kuma was climbing up the Grand Line, because he has the original Giants programming. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be revealed in this. Anyways, in the cover spread, we get a cover request by Kata Hajime. Jinbei swimming with the aid of massive remoras that are trying to cozy up to him. That's very, very nice. All right. One day ago at Marijois, the invincible slave has returned. Kuma managed to climb all the way up. Soldiers, stop him. He's too much. He's trying to go somewhere. So shook. Yeah. What do you think you're doing? Picking up where the Revolutionary Army left off? What do you think you're doing? Picking up where the Revolutionary Army left off? The damage you've done here is unprecedented, Kuma. Fleet Admiral Sakazuki. What? You miserable excuse for a guard. Akainu, I wanted a lobster for dinner last night and they told me it was out of stock. This has never happened before. How could you let the food supply of Marijois dwindle? Never mind that. You've allowed someone to hurt us. Hurry and defeat Kuma the Tyrant. Execute that lowly slave. Well, Kuma, if we can't control you, this is it. We can't allow dangerous men like you to run wild. Your personality was supposed to have been erased years ago. Where in the world could a walking corpse like you have to go? Hellhound! Seems you do still have blood pumping in those veins. Hold it, Kuma! It doesn't matter how much you cry about it, Kuma's consciousness will never return. He volunteered to be reborn as a weapon. Liar! He'd never offer himself up. He'd never. Akainu, where did Kuma go? He'd never leave me behind. You let him escape and you have the gall to call yourself Fleet Admiral? Where could you be going? You've lost your will, your mind, everything. You're just a damned puppet now. Egghead, New World. Growl! Destroy the weaponized sea beasts! Destroy the weaponized sea beasts. Growl! We made landfall at the Fabio Stratum. Proceed with the occupation of the island. Admiral Kizaru has gone ahead to infiltrate the level stratum above the clouds. Pow, pow. It's clear you really are the man who took down Kaido. You're a tough one, and yet I have to wonder why a pirate like you would want to protect Vegapunk. Right back at ya! Why do you want to kill Apple Gramps? Apple Gramps is now the official name for Dr. Vegapunk. Want? Huh? What? How far did he fly? It's not like I want to kill him. I've known Vegapunk for a long time, you know. Now please, don't get in the way. After all, speed is power. Blah! Hmm? Force 1 is finally finished. The giant robot mankind has. Vega Force 1 is finally finished. The giant robot mankind has always dreamed of. Sends him straight through it. Qua! Luffy! Cough! Frankie, Bonnie, run! Lilith, Vega Force 1 is going to. Damn it, the O1 was our dream robot. I'm not letting this slide. Is the Sunny all right? Straw Hat got blown away. Kizaru, you scum. You gotten a bit taller, Bonnie. Kids these days sure do grow fast. I'm here on orders to eliminate Dr. Vegapunk. You have it out for him, right? Don't get in the way. Let's just say I realize that the person I should be targeting is someone else. Timely thrust. Whoops. Please don't make me hurt. Tap. More old friends than I have to for this mission. Wah! Watch out, he's behind you. Bunny! Kizaru, you bastard, take this! Radical! What? Where'd he go? He disappeared. Oh no, the Stella's in danger. Hey, control room. Dedo, good check. Usopp. Label Stratum control room. Everything okay, Frankie? We just heard a huge bang. Eureka, we've cracked the code. Really? Take that, York. Huh? You bastards did it? Damn geniuses. Fine, Cocoon, we can disable the barrier. Has the Vega Force 1 carried your ship back to the island? No, Your escape plan has failed, Vegapunk. I'm afraid your dream robot is far out of reach after what I did to it. Yeah, Kizaru, when did you... We're done for! Please understand, this isn't an easy mission for me, and I don't want to drag it out. Yeah, that hurt! Yeah! Man, it really burns! What? And we get a Vegapunk eye-popping scene, and we get Giant Luffy back! There you are. You have some nerve knocking me all the way down there. I had to cross that barrier twice. I thought it was gonna kill me. An uncanny glint in its eyes. The giant robot awakens because of the drums of liberation? Can we say possibly related to Zunisha in any way? Oh. 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 This is getting good. This is getting very good. This, chapter 1092, is what we've been waiting for 10 chapters. My word. When Oda lays it on thick, he lays it on thick. We still don't know why Kuma's in Marjoie, but I'm putting a good amount of my money on that. He has the original robots programming in him. Where he's popped off to now, I have no idea. But hey, we do get to see Admiral Akainu finally not behind the desk. Admiral Akainu finally doing something. The Celestial Dragons are pieces of crap. Just gonna say. But hey, my word. Let's take it from the top here. So we get the continuation of Kuma's story, what's going on with Kuma. We get Admiral Akainu out from the desk. Do you realize we got two of the most powerful admirals in one chapter here? Two of the most powerful admirals. So we got Luffy versus Akainu, which it's saying something that no, we got not Akainu. Luffy versus Kizaru, which it's saying something that Kizaru can best gear forth. Kizaru best in gear forth is absolutely amazing, and his light speed attack going he probably went a good mile outside of what was it Egghead, and literally instantly zipped back. That was absolutely off the charts amazing. But yeah, no, the best panel, the best panel. I just enjoy how Kizaru can literally show up anywhere in the middle of somebody's sentence, but and how intimidating he is. But I love the best panel. The best panel was Giant Luffy, reaching in and grabbing Kizaru, and Vegapunk's eyes popping out as he reacts to Giant Luffy for the first time. Absolutely love Giant Luffy. Hold on, I will be right back. My phone is ringing. Hello, Zero Gillespie, also known as DJ Blackjack. How can I help you? Sorry about that, everyone. Just telemarketers calling and then not saying anything, which is annoying. But yes, the return of Giant Luffy was absolutely a welcome surprise. And I love it. It's great. And then also the giant robot waking up because of the drums of liberation, which does prove that it is from the Void Century and it is affected by Joy Boy, which is really, really cool. A theory that kind of popped into my head when I saw it wake up is, you know how we have the ancient weapons? They call them ancient weapons, but what if there are even more ancient weapons that Joy Boy could control? And now that they hear the drums of liberation, they're awakening. So Zunisha, the Iron Giant, which can we just call it the Iron Giant? But yeah. So all these things are waking up because of the drums of liberation. And it's so interesting. It's so good. But yeah, man, seeing Giant Luffy grab Kizaru like that, I absolutely love it. And now that I'm looking at the panel again, like everyone's eyes are popping out. So that must just be a general side effect of Luffy becoming a giant, is that anybody who is within range of him or sees him, their eyes automatically pop out of shock. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Um, let's check out the chat. We got Trixie Anime Hada in here. Starts off by saying, "Yo, always good to see a Kanu. Absolutely, absolutely, it is always good to see a Kanu. Would love to see Kuma with his mind intact versus a Kanu. That would be interesting. Kizaru handling Snake Man is expected. Well, if Kizaru can casually deal with Snake Man, that definitely puts Kizaru above Katakuri, like high above Katakuri. Which so many people have lowballed the admirals for so long, and this is proof right here that the admirals are still quite a force to be reckoned with. We actually don't even know if the admirals have awakened their devil fruits. We don't know what training they went through in the 2-year time skip, besides like the stuff that Akainu and Kuzan did. We don't really know anything about the upper extent of their powers. Taking out the robot field goal, kicking Luffy and Bonnie out of range, Kizaru gets to the point when on a mission. And he's a genius tactician. He's a genius tactician, and I hope the anime really represents this better. But those moments where there's moments where Kizaru is so fast that you can be fighting him 1 second and he can be completely gone the next second. He jumped probably a good 2 miles in the blink of an eye, and instantly just punted Luffy in the next second. So we're seeing Kizaru starting to get serious, and it is scary. What was it? There was a panel in there where they literally show his light power by him just being a like high speed beam of light, and I think that was so cool. Enjoying the voice acting. Thank you. As the voices go, it's kind of hard to flip between people, especially when you don't really know who's talking. And that's why sometimes I'll repeat lines or stuff like that. But yeah, York's voice was the hardest to really put in here because she really didn't say much. She was like, "Damn geniuses." And I try to do like Harley Quinn's voice from Batman the Animated Series for York. Just because I want her to sound whiny and I want her to sound kind of like the Celestial Dragon. I want all the Celestial Dragons and York to sound like the whiniest bunch of people in history, because that's what they are. I really like that my Luffy voice is developing. When I first started trying to do voice acted reads of these chapters, I could not do Luffy for anything. His voice is too high. And I just like that I can kind of be free with my voice especially when doing Gear 5th, and just how he's laughing all the time. But it's funny how before he reaches in to grab Kizaru, like he's literally coming up through the label stratum lasers and stuff like that, and he's like, "Ouch! This hurts. I had to go through 2 lasers to get here. Do you know how much that stings?" I thought that was hilarious. It's very Robin Williams, and it makes me sad to think that he's gone, because I honestly think Robin Williams could have been a great voice if they wanted to do a new voice specifically for Gear 5th Luffy. The Robot Awakening may help out with the attack on the fleet and attack the Red Line again. I actually don't think so. I think that the robot responding to the Drums of Liberation. Since Vega Force 1 is gone and exploded now, I think that the Iron Giant, which is what I'm dubbing it, I think that the Iron Giant is going to pick up the Sunny, and it's going to get it out of there, because if you remember, the Vega Force 1 was pretty much an exact copy of the original robot. I'm so sorry. There's one of my neighbors has a motorcycle outside, and he literally just revs it and takes off like multiple times a day. So that's that. Anyways, Trix says Kuma may be heading to help Vegapunk and save Bonnie as a secret programming. That is true. We don't really know the timeline. I mean, most of the beginning of Egghead was happening while he was climbing up the red line, but you have to realize that with a guy as big as Kuma could have climbed up the red line in an hour, 2 hours, something like that. And this has all been happening over the course of a day. Do you realize that we've been we've been on Egghead since probably let me see. We've been on Egghead since about chapter 54, 50, 56, something somewhere around that is, I want to say, and now we're almost at 1100. We've been on Egghead for relatively about 50 chapters of the manga, but in real time in real time in the One Piece universe, everything that's happened from Luffy and the crew hitting Egghead to all the way up to Kizaru and the warships attacking, this has only been one day. Because I don't think we've seen a nighttime or seen the Straw Hats sleeping in all of this. They haven't really been able to sleep. And so 50 chapters of the manga in real time is honestly probably a day. This has probably happened between, I'd guess, 8 a.m. and we're probably at about 3 in the afternoon right now, if I had to take a wild guess. So everything that's happened on Egghead has happened in the span of like 7 to 8 hours. And so what could be happening is Kuma hits the red line, crawls up in like 2 hours. By then, on Egghead, we're into the death game. And at this point, like, I think at one point he actually ordered, or the pacifistas were ordered to attack or something like that. But anyways, it might be two different timelines. Kuma could have just popped out of there after only like 2 to 4 hours of being at Marijois, and is now coming to Egghead Island, and is going to get there like right in time. Either way, Kuma's been hit by Akanu's Hellhound. He's been shot. He's been blasted. He's pretty much taken all the damage that Whitebeard took in the Paramount War. And I like to see the parallel there. But if it's any indication, I'm fairly certain, and I know Liam from Grandline Reviews also said, like, this is the final saga of Bartholomew Kuma. Like, if he goes there, I would predict Kizaru is going to kill Kuma. And especially since he's taken damage from an admiral already from Akenu, I think that's going to be the catalyst, is that Kizaru is going to kill Kuma, and that is going to absolutely flip Luffy's lid, and he's going to just beat the pulp out of Kizaru probably in giant gear 5th form, which I would feel so good to see. There is no one I would like to see get beaten to the ground by giant gear 5th Luffy more than Admiral Kizaru. I would actually take Schadenfreude from that. I would take pleasure in Kizaru's pain. Anyways, let's call it the Iron Giant. Yes, we are officially calling the giant from the Void Century the Iron Giant. Hashtag Hogarth Hughes. Luffy grabbing Kizaru is funny. It's absolutely, and we only get one of these, fucking hilarious. It's probably one of the best panels. Giant Luffy, everything Giant Luffy does is the best panels of One Piece. Kizaru was not affected by him to like abilities. That is interesting. I did notice that. To be honest, when he is grabbed by Luffy, Kizaru is the one person not looking at Luffy, and so maybe it's a sight thing. But yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be really interesting to see if Admiral Kizaru gets like rubberized or altered in any way because of Luffy's powers. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, to be honest, Luffy might not even need the light gloves to fight him, just because with his bare hands, Luffy touched and bent lightning. But yeah, Kizaru still is calm. He is. It could be a combination of will and haki. Yeah. Maybe you only get altered by Luffy's devil fruit if you have less will than him, and it is really a conqueror's haki type of thing. But that would suggest that Kizaru has conqueror's haki, which if he did, I believe he would be the first admiral and honestly possibly the first marine to have conqueror's haki, which would be very, very interesting. Luffy can touch him with haki. Right, that is true. With armament haki he can. And actually Luffy can probably fight him with advanced conqueror's haki, the Rio, because he doesn't actually have to hit things physically anymore. This is going to be an interesting fight, and I like that it's probably going to go directly into it next week. But yeah, that he would be the second Sengoku has conquerors haki. Sengoku has conquerors haki. I was not aware of that. But yeah, that's good to know. Anyways, that is all I've got for One Piece chapter 1092, titled "The Tyrant Kuma Runs Rampant in the Holy Land." And he certainly did. Yeah, Kuma's really been kind of bopping around everywhere. Like, they saved him from Marijois, brought him back to the Kamabaka Queendom, and then he just popped himself over to the Red Line, crawled up the Red Line, fought a Kenu, and then now popped himself to a place we don't know, but is likely Egghead Island. So yeah, Kuma's kind of just been smacking himself in the ass for quite a while. Um, yes, it was confirmed in the SBS. Oh, that's why I didn't know. I don't read the SBS. I just kind of randomly hear what Grand Line Review or BDA Law says about it. Kuma showing up more has been great. It has been. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's all for One Piece chapter 1092. Um, it's been really, really great to be able to do these, to be voice acting these and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a tale of pirates, powers, and the quest to be the king of them all. Stay tuned for the next piece of One Piece to be continued.